Hi, I'm Guy Berger from the world famous Palms Trading Company here in Albuquerque, New Mexico on a very hot 100-degree June day. It's been about a year since we've done a video, and we thought that we would start again with a very informative one on vintage or antique Indian jewelry. We've seen an uptick in this type of merchandise in the last couple of years, become very popular. We see a lot of people that collected the jewelry in the 1950s, 60s, 70s are getting a little older now, and either they're moving, downsizing, passing it on to their children, and the children don't really want it. But we're seeing a lot of it come in. One good thing about the older jewelry is at that time silver was probably in the $3 to $4 an ounce range, so the silversmiths were not afraid to use a little bit of silver. When you pick up an older piece of this jewelry, you'll notice the weight of it, like this old cluster bracelet. It just has more weight than what most people are used to today. They use much heavier gauge silver, and I think as we go through some of these things, you'll be interested in some of the stories. This bracelet we've had here in the store for about 45 years. This was done in the 1970s. It's a huge piece of Morenci turquoise. It's a bracelet, and if you've been to the store, maybe some of you have had the opportunity to try it on, but it's really just our showpiece. I've been offered quite a bit of money for it, but we would just like to keep it here for the people that come in and to see a nice huge piece of turquoise that you really don't see anymore. Behind the jewelry here today, I have a belt that was purchased in the 1970s here at Palms, and it happened to come back here that we bought it for our own stock. This is a story belt by a Navajo named Irene Manuelito, and if you look at it, there's some super detail down to the little campfires, to the concho belts the lady's wearing. Just a beautiful piece of work, a ton of work. It is available here at Palms for sale, but actually I kind of like having it here to show people as well. Other things we've been getting in is nice necklaces with Mediterranean coral. Beautiful red, blood red coral like this is really hard to find, and we're now seeing it come back through because you just can't get any new stuff like this. It's just really hard to find the beautiful red stuff like this. In that vein, we also have some beautiful salmon colored coral as well. This is from the 1970s too. And as you can see, here's a cluster pin. Navajo ladies would wear their big jewelry. It was almost like a savings account to them, because once they would have it on, they may need a loan. Maybe they would pawn it for a loan, and they'd leave it in the pawn shop for a while, and then when they got the money, they'd go ahead and take it out. Here's an interesting piece from the 70s. This is the rendition of the Liberty Bell with 76 on it, a nice piece of turquoise, complete with the Liberty Bell's crack. As we move over to your left here, these are some of the examples of some of the vintage or antique silver jewelry we've got. Some were made by the famous Bell Trading Post. Some were made for the Fred Harvey Company by the Maisel Company. These bracelets, or a lot of them, were sold in the Fred Harvey stores along the railroad stops through the early mid-1900s. So as you can see, we've seen a very large uptick in the jewelry from the 1960s and 70s. If you have any questions on any of these items, don't hesitate to call. Don't hesitate to ask for us to send you a picture. We can do it with an iPad within just a couple of minutes. Don't wait too long, because it's getting harder and harder to come by, and once we're out, there won't be any more. So I hope you enjoyed this little few-minute discussion on vintage or antique Indian jewelry, and give us a call or come by the store. We'd love to see you. Thanks.